Assalamualaikum, my dear students. How are you, my sandpipers? How are you, my seabirds? How's your health? Well, I hope you are all fine and in the best of your health. My dear kids, as you all know that nowadays we are doing the revision as we have completed the syllabus. Now we are doing the revision of the chapters one by one, and also we conducted the examination of the chapter number 8, that is air, last week, isn't it? Now, my dear kids, today we are going to revise chapter number 9, that is water. And inshallah, in the next week, there will be your weekly test for this chapter. Got it? So, my dear kids, in this chapter water, we learned about the different uses of water. Isn't it? We learned about the uses of water, that what are the different uses of water for the living beings, isn't it? We also learned about the sources of water. I told you that the rain is the main source of the water, and that rainwater that fills the lakes, ponds, streams, isn't it? My dear kids, we also learned about the safe drinking water. That is how we can make the dirty water clean, how we can make the impure water pure, isn't it? And one of the method which we studied about was the boiling. Boiling is such a method by which we can make the impure water pure. As boiling, it kills the germs present in the water, maximum germs present in the water, so it makes the water pure, it makes it fit for drinking. We also learned about the different ways to save water. We learned that how we can save water, as water is the precious resource available to us. Only 1% of the fresh water is available to us. Rest of the water, that is the sea water. So how we can save the fresh water that is available to us in a very little quantity? We learned about the different ways that we should use bucket and mug to take the bath, isn't it? Instead of using the shower, we should use bucket and mug to take the bath. We should also turn off the tap when it is not in use. We should also collect the rainwater in a bucket and use that water for cleaning, washing, watering plants, and for other purposes, isn't it? My dear kids, we also learned about the different forms of water. As you all know that water has got the three forms, that is solid, liquid, and gas, isn't it? These are the three forms of the water: solid, liquid, and gas. So we learned about that about these forms of the water and how these forms are interchangeable. I told you that the three forms of the water, that is solid, liquid, and gas, these are interchangeable. That is solid that can be converted into liquid, liquid that can be changed into vapor form, or the gaseous form, isn't it? How I explained that also, isn't it? We also learned that what happens when water is cooled. When water is put inside the refrigerator, what happens to that water, isn't it? My dear kids, one more important topic is the water cycle. Water cycle, it tells us about that how water keeps changing its form in the nature, isn't it? We studied about this water cycle in detail, that how movement of water takes place from the earth to the sky and then back to the earth, isn't it? How water keeps changing its form in the nature, we study that in the water cycle, isn't it, my kids? So this was a quick recapitulation of this chapter, water. My dear kids, what you will do, you will revise this lesson thoroughly at home, and inshallah in the next week I'll conduct your weekly test for this chapter, water. Got it? So my dear kids, we'll meet again inshallah in the next video. Till then, take good care of yourselves, revise this chapter well, so that you can perform very well in your weekly tests, isn't it? So my dear kids, take good care of yourselves. Fi amanillah.